It's breakfast time and we are going to have a good little feast this morning. It's a little bit later in the morning, so we are super hungry and ready to eat. We are normally always having like an egg scramble hash type of deal where it's just ground beef and some scrambled eggs. But today we're spicing it up with a little bit of some Gruyere cheese. I think so. And then we have some chicken sausages and we have some bacon. And then I'll need to completely finish like crisping these guys up. And then we're going to quickly cook up the ground beef. We're going to cook the eggs, I think, 2 ways today. I want to do some scrambled and some other yolky way. And then I think on the scrambled, I'll put the cheese on top of there so it can be like cheesy, scrambly eggs. And so we are going to get ready to start cooking and feasting. We are going to do 5 eggs scrambled today. One thing that I have noticed a little bit about just like eggs, and you know, I go back and forth between like the cheaper eggs, the not cheaper eggs, and the nicer eggs, and home eggs, and there's just such a big difference. Like the inconsistency with the color, like they're paler sometimes, or they have more of the white, that harder tissue. Just kind of the quality is lessened, especially when I go to like more of a home egg. So if you know exactly why that is, I'd love to know more. I know a little bit, but I'd love to go into a deeper research of that. Like why you get that extra white stuff, or why it's more pale, or why they're less desirable, or why they taste good, better this time here. Drop all that below. I'd love to know more. I'm going to just kind of slop some bacon grease in the pan that I'm going to cook the scrambled eggs in. I love cooking my eggs in bacon. I think it just makes it taste so much better. It's so good. Love that bacon flavor in there. And then I'm also going to be doing these 2 fried eggs over here, and I have a lot of bacon grease already in there, and I love cooking them with that. So let's get cooking. Let's pour it in. Beautiful. I hope this doesn't stick because I left those bacon crispies on there. But this pan has been so good to me lately, so hopefully it turns out nice. We are going to put some of this cheese. I'm just going to break it up so it's a little bit, I feel like I've dropped a piece of cheese, so it's a little bit more even, and then I'll give it a little mix, and so that'll have that nice, good, rich, cheesy flavor in between, and then I'll just put it back on the hot stovetop and then let it combine together again. All right, look at that plate. I cannot complain about this. It looks so good. It's going to last me all the way until dinner time. So nutrient packed. I cannot complain about this. Who can complain about this? I'm going to go ahead and enjoy this yummy looking breakfast. But if you've been enjoying the content, go ahead and subscribe. It really helps the channel to grow. It's dinner time and we're having burgers today. This is a wonderful meal, but what would make it better is if I could grill. In the apartment that I'm at currently, we just aren't allowed to grill. And so that's so sad and so tragic because grilling the burgers or just cooking the burgers on a grill, it just makes it so much better. It's insane. If we could grill every single day, like I would be okay having burgers every single day. Like it's a world of difference versus cooking it on like the cast iron. Like yeah, it's good on the cast iron, but it's just a world of difference on the grill. Just getting that like charcoaly flavor, the smoky flavor, or yum. And then the cheese melts perfectly and everything, just the flavor is just right. It's just so much better that way. If you have a grill, highly recommend just grilling your burgers. It's worth it. It's worth grilling it every day if you can. I would, most certainly. But today we are doing some burger patties. I'm going to top them with some cheese. What makes them really good inside is if you can like do like cheese and bacon and like other nice toppings on top. That also helps the flavor, you know, because it's not a grill. So if you put nice cheese and you put like bacon on it, it makes a still really good burger. But today we only have cheese because our bacon just wasn't thawed out. So silly mistake, but that's okay. It'll still be very yummy with this Gruyere cheese. And then we have these burgers. 2 of them will be for my husband and 2 will be for me. We have some like bacon grease, I think, is what is on the cast iron preheating right now. So we'll get them hopefully a good little sear. And then I make these myself. I don't use the like frozen, like pre-made burger patties. Rarely will I ever get those. I think it's much better to just form them yourself. They just taste better. You can choose the size that you want them to be. I can make these 4 ounces today, or I can do 5 ounces, or I can do a 6 ounce or whatever. I can do whatever size. I can do different ones for my husband, different ones for me. So if you don't hand like shape them, you are missing out for sure. A frozen patty is just not the same as one of these patties. So let's go ahead and get cooking. We are going to cook these for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. And then once I flip it, that's about when I'm going to put the cheese on, when there's like 1 minute left on that other side. And I'll toss the lid on so it melts nicely. This is the cast iron pan that I haven't had the chance to properly season, so bear with me as I scrape up these burgers. One day, this pan will get the adequate love it needs to thrive again. It's just not today, unfortunately. I'm gonna put the cheese on every single one of them. It's okay if they overlap. They'll just kind of be a very melted cheese mess that'll be delicious. So we're going to go ahead, and I salted underneath the cheeses so it's nice and flavorful. And now we just cover and let the melting happen. Just like that, 8 minutes later, dinner is done, nice and easy. We are going to get this eaten up. Dinner was delicious. I absolutely love having burgers, and I especially like having burgers with like cheese melted on top of them, nice and salty, nice and fatty, juicy, like just so good. It's just, oh, yummy. They weren't, cooked on a barbecuer, but that's okay. They were cooked in my cast iron, and it was full of flavor still, and it was nice and juicy. I cannot complain about nutrient-dense good food. That's what was dinner. Breakfast was pretty good. I thought today was a good day. But yeah, I also wanted to mention, I think it would be now last Sunday or this last Sunday, whatever my recent live was. That was really cool. I thought to have like questions answered directly. So if you're interested in, getting a more in-depth question out, then, like in the comments, like I write back to you. Join me on my next live. I'm not sure when it will be, but just keep your eye out for the next live, so that way you can get any cool questions out or any testimonies. I'd love to hear any more of that over there as we do more lives and kind of get to know you guys more and get to know the community more. And speaking of community, there's a lot of new subscribers here, and I appreciate you. But I want to just mention there's a way to directly support the channel. I have channel memberships, and I have 2 tiers that go with that with different perks. So you have to just check that out if you'd like. If you're interested, down below I have a link that you can just go directly to and just see what that's all about. But anyway, I thank you for coming along. Look forward to seeing you in the next video, and hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next live sometime soon.